Today we're talking about something that I know drives every single one of you crazy. Those never-ending interruptions that make you feel like you can't finish a single thought. So here's what happened to me yesterday. I finally sat down to work on this podcast, got myself a cup of coffee, opened my laptop, and literally within 30 seconds, my son comes in asking where his socks are. Then my older son walks in wanting a snack. Then my phone starts buzzing. Sound familiar? If you're nodding your head right now, you're definitely not alone. There's actually research on this from UC Irvine that shows office workers get interrupted every 12 minutes. But here's the thing, for us moms, it's way worse than that. We're talking every few minutes, sometimes every few seconds. And it's not just the little kids either. My teenager will interrupt me for the most random stuff that could totally wait. My husband asks me where things are when he could just look for them himself. It's exhausting. But here's what I want you to know. All these interruptions aren't just annoying. They're actually messing with your brain's ability to focus. Like literally changing how your brain works. But the good news is, you can fix this without feeling guilty about it or turning into some mean mom who never talks to her kids. Today, I'm going to share 7 strategies that actually work. Stuff that's backed by research, not just feel-good advice. And I promise, by the end of this episode, you'll have real tools you can use starting today. Why this hits different for moms. Before we get into the solutions, let me tell you what's actually happening when you get interrupted constantly. It's not just about losing time, though. Trust me, we lose plenty of that too. Scientists have found that it takes about 23 minutes to get back into deep focus after an interruption. 23 minutes. Think about that for a second. If someone interrupts you just 4 times while you're trying to work, you basically never get into that zone where you're really productive. And here's the kicker. Every time you switch between tasks, you lose about 20% of your mental capacity. It's like your brain is constantly running at 80% instead of full power. But here's why it feels so much harder for us than for people working in offices. When someone interrupts you at work, it's usually about work stuff. When our kids interrupt us, we go from thinking about serious adult things to suddenly needing to find a lost sock or mediate a fight over who gets the last banana. Plus, and this is the part that really gets to me, every time one of our kids says, "Mom," there's this expectation that we'll drop everything right now and fix whatever it is. And if we don't, we feel guilty. If we do, we get frustrated because we can't get anything done. It's like we can't win. There's actually a term for this called attention residue. Basically, when you get interrupted, part of your brain stays stuck on what you were doing before, so you're never giving your full attention to anything. No wonder we feel scattered all the time. So, what actually works? Here's what the research tells us. When people figured out how to manage interruptions better, they got way more done and felt less stressed. The trick isn't to never get interrupted. Let's be real, that's impossible with kids. It's about creating some systems so the interruptions that happen are actually necessary, and handling them in a way that doesn't completely derail your brain. When you get this right, a few things happen. First, your stress levels go down, and you make better decisions. You remember things better, and you actually feel satisfied when you finish something, instead of feeling like you never complete anything. Your kids learn patience and self-control, which is honestly a gift you're giving them for life. And everyone in your house gets less cranky because there are actual rules about how we communicate instead of just chaos all the time. All right, let's get into the practical stuff. I've got 7 strategies that you can start using today. Number 1, create an interruption system. This one's really simple but super effective. You make 3 categories of interruptions with your kids. Red is for emergencies. Someone's hurt, something dangerous is happening, or they really need the bathroom. Yellow is important, but can wait a few minutes. Like they can't find their homework folder, or their sibling is bugging them, but nobody's getting hurt. Green is everything else. Random thoughts, being bored, wanting snacks when it's not snack time. The key is practicing this when things are calm. Start with just 3-minute sessions, where they practice waiting for green and yellow stuff. Use a timer so they can see exactly when the time is up. Number 2, the hand signal. This one's honestly been a game changer in our house. When your kid wants to tell you something while you're talking or focused, they just put their hand on your arm and wait. When you're ready, you acknowledge them with a squeeze or eye contact. It sounds simple, but it works, because they get to communicate that they need you without having to interrupt, and you get to finish your thought before switching gears. Just make sure you acknowledge them pretty quickly at first so they trust that you'll actually respond. Number 3, write quick notes when interrupted. When someone interrupts you while you're working on something complicated, take like 30 seconds to jot down where you were and what you were going to do next. I know it seems like extra work, but research shows it actually helps your brain switch gears better and get back on track faster. Just write down stuff like where you left off, what the next couple of steps are, and any important thoughts you don't want to forget. Number 4, set up focus time blocks. This is where you pick specific times for focused work and let everyone know that's what's happening. Start small. Even 15 minutes helps. Put on headphones, close your door, or wear a special hat. Something visual that tells everyone you're in focus mode. The trick is having stuff ready for your kids to do during this time and being super clear about what counts as urgent enough to interrupt. Week 1, try 15-minute blocks twice a day. Week 2, bump it up to 25 minutes if that worked. Just gradually increase as everyone gets used to it. Number 5, make family communication rules. Get everyone together for a family meeting and create some rules about how you all communicate. Let the kids help make the rules. They're way more likely to follow them if they helped create them. Some ideas. Listen without interrupting when someone else is talking. When mom has headphones on, use the hand signal. Wait for someone to say they're ready before starting big conversations. Save random questions for specific check-in times. Number 6, teach waiting skills by age. This one's different depending on how old your kids are. For little ones, ages 2 to 4, practice waiting for just 30 seconds, with lots of support. Count out loud. Use hand signals. Make it fun. Use timers with silly sounds. Ages 5 to 8 can practice waiting during conversations by playing turn-taking games. Role-play different scenarios. Give them quiet activities for when they need to wait. Older kids, 9 to 12, can practice more complex turn-taking games and actually talk about why focus time matters for everyone in the family. Help them figure out what they can do to entertain themselves when they need to wait. Number 7, have go-to recovery techniques. Since some interruptions are going to happen no matter what, have a few quick ways to get your brain back on track. The 3-breath reset is my favorite. Just take 3 deep breaths, quickly look at your notes to remember where you were, and set a tiny goal for the next 5 minutes. Or try what I call the context bridge. Before you deal with the interruption, say out loud, "I'm working on X. Let me help you with Y." Then, after you help them, say, "Now I'm going back to X." It sounds weird, but it really helps your brain make the transition. Making it stick. Here's how to actually make this work in real life, instead of just sounding good in theory. Pick one of these strategies and try it for a whole week before adding anything else. Don't try to do everything at once, or you'll just get overwhelmed and give up. Get your family involved in creating whatever system you choose. When kids help make the rules, they actually follow them. Go figure. Be patient with yourself and with them. Learning new communication patterns takes time, and you're going to mess up sometimes. That's totally normal. Remember that the goal isn't to never get interrupted ever. It's to help your kids learn when interruptions are appropriate and when they need to wait, and to have strategies for getting back on track when you do get interrupted. Why this matters? When you get better at managing interruptions, it's not just about you getting more done. You're teaching your kids patience and self-control and how to communicate respectfully. You're showing them that everyone's time and attention matter, not just theirs. Your relationships get better because there's less tension and frustration. Everyone knows what to expect instead of just winging it all the time. And honestly, you'll feel so much more in control of your day and your brain. Instead of feeling scattered and frazzled all the time, you'll actually be able to think clearly and get stuff done. You'll have more energy for the conversations and moments that really matter. Okay, let's wrap this up. Look, your need for focus and mental space isn't selfish. It's not too much to ask for. When you protect your ability to think and work without constant interruption, you're taking care of yourself. and teaching your kids important life skills. Pick one strategy from today's episode and try it this week. Just one. See how it goes. I bet you'll be surprised at how much of a difference even a small change can make. Thanks for listening to Flow State Mom today. If this helped you out, share it with a friend who's also tired of feeling scattered all the time. Subscribe so you don't miss our weekly episodes. And remember, you deserve to be able to finish a thought without someone asking you where their shoes are. I'll see you next time on Flow State Mom.